Hello guys, it's Thumper with Financial Options, and today we're doing our weekly review on my account. And so this week was actually a bad week for many of us, but especially for me. You know, when you play close to the money and play at 70% probability of the money, you're going to get tested when the market goes down. And I was doing fine until that Thursday came around. That's when I started to actually get pressured and had to make some moves, and we'll go over some of that. So lost about 16,000. Somehow I'm still up in realized premium for May, but I have a lot of unrealized premium. So even though I'm up 681 here, really, if you count unrealized, I think I'm down about, well, 16K or so. uh, so something some people always wonder is, Thumper, where are you getting this months to millionaire? And this is actually from Randy. Had like a plan where he was telling his viewers if you invest 300 a month every month and get a 5% return, you can get to be a millionaire in like 9 years. So this is the spreadsheet. There's actually shared on the Discord, so you can look that up and make a copy and play with it for yourself. When I started tracking, that's what my account size was, and basically what I do is I look at my account value and see where I'm at, and just grab that months until millionaire thing. Randy's original plan was that you start with 300 a month and you can become a millionaire. I think it's like 9 years, right? Yeah. It'll take you 9 years to get to a millionaire. You invest $300 a month. And one of the concepts he was trying to like push on people was how important it is to contribute every month to your portfolio. I'm gonna change that back so I don't mess up my tracker. Uh, this is just a quick view of like my portfolio. So I started trading options in April of last year, and you see I've always had a positive month. Who knows what May will end up being, but so far it's, you know, options have been treating me very well. Compared to my dividend portfolio, options has been insane. I think about here is where I switched and got out of most of my dividend portfolio. Something else I'd just like to point out, if you saw my last video, you saw like I lost a big amount on Beyond Meat, like 6K. Reference here, you can see how insane it was that like this came my best month, even though I had a 6K loss on Beyond Meat. So, you know, options like you lose some on some plays, you're making up in others. If you're trading some good strategies, it'll all come back. Uh, Over here is just exercise stock gains. What I really haven't had that many option plays that forced me to give away stock. I think this was Coke 1 year or back in April of last year. Today I'm gonna have AT&T called away for a small profit, so I don't really get assigned stock unless I want to be, which is why there's rarely any information put in there. Something else I wanted to showcase. I did close some PMCCs this week. So Walmart in March, I bought some leaps and ended up closing them this week to free up some cash because I was feeling the squeeze from the margin a little bit. You can tell, like, here we have a 2 month hold, got a 26% return. This just goes to show you how powerful the poor man's cover calls can be. Like, that's really good. I would not expect that on every play. Matter of fact, I also set up and closed in the same week uh, a poor man's cover call on MRK here. Opened up on 429. I sold shorts against it that I ended up closing that day for a small profit. And then I ended up closing this guy, I think, Thursday. So I get a little return on that. With that all said and done, I guess I'll show you my trades for the week. And down here, we start with RK and KO. Those are for my shopping list. I think the Coke put is actually up right now somehow. RK, I think I'm down on the position. I'm not even sure what ARK is at right now. It's just we got time for it to go up, and I know 105 is pretty safe. I closed some KMB leaps. I do have a couple long positions. Here's T with a drip. Buy T, that'll be the last time. Probably will be dripping for a while. MFA is a stock that I bought at 111 that I just haven't sold because it's up 300%. It's fun to look at. So like I have a decent holding in MFA. Looking up here, SRPT, that was part of a roll, and I was able to get out pretty quickly with a profit. So I think net between those two trades is like plus $50. So don't let that 250 fool you too much. Zoom, I had 2 plays on Zoom on at this time, and I took one off when the market started to show like a little weakness. Like I don't want to be exposed to 2 contracts of Zoom at that time, so took one off for profit. I thought Palantir might still go up, so I took off the shorts on the covered calls, locked in that gain. As you know now, should have probably left those on because Palantir continued to drop for the week. Zoom, if you watch my managing options video, I'll link that at the end. I did the double down roll, which I later learned is called the ratio row. So I closed one position for a loss, or added 2 more contracts to that position for 840 to collect a net credit. What is that? $600, I think that is. So I got paid an extra $600 to wait till June to get out of this Zoom position. I did have a deposit hit this week, although you wouldn't be able to tell based on how the week progressed. Here on Thursday, I was starting to see my margin maintenance get up, and so I had some casualties to margin maintenance, finally get my margin maintenance back down to where I wouldn't have to worry about it. And took it as an opportunity to get out of some positions that I wasn't too confident on. So Virgin Galactic, I mean, locked in some losses just to free up some margin here. I probably should have held this Palantir 20, but $400 free up that margin maintenance. That's what I got out of that. This RPT here was part of a poor man's covered call. So if you count the shorts over the course of the PNCC, I was out with a profit. So don't let that guy freak you out too much there. We talked about Walmart. Fastly, this was actually a rolled position where I did a ratio roll. So I already booked a loss, and now I just booked a second loss on this. I have to check to see what I'm down overall. But I was fine holding Fastly until September on this roll position, until we found out that the CEO is leaving, and they comboed that with missed earnings at the same time. So Fastly dropped. I no longer believe that Fastly. I can no longer confidently say that Fastly will be above 50 by September. So that's one where I'm just like, gotta close that roll, just get out of the position, take that loss, move on. You had information that made my original thesis of being bullish on Fastly go away. So why stay in a trade that counteracts that? So that's back to the booking a loss, get out of a position that you don't need. And I also bought some Rocket Leaps. Cloud Ninja and Jerry pointed this out to us, and they're at all-time lows, and it's worth a gamble, I think. So picked up some leaps on that. All right, with all that said, I think I'm going to change the schedule of my videos a little bit. So I'm going to try to get my shopping list video out on Sunday. I'm going to try to have that come out like, say, 9 Eastern a.m. That would give you time to review the trades yourselves, do your own due diligence. You can also take any questions you have and bring it to Hidden Freedom Investings and Jerry's Sunday night options stream. So something else to talk about if you watch that. And then Wednesday, I think I'm going to do a video on ratio spreads, or more specifically, the zebra. And that's what we got going on this week. I am not a financial advisor. Any information included in this video is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for investment, tax, or legal advice.